All right. So we have more good news. Let me just lift you up. Okay, now you can see me. All right. So we have more good news. This time it's from Michigan. Michigan expands hate crime law to protect LGBTQ plus identities, which is always good to hear. But given that it's Michigan, it shouldn't be surprising. But let's get to the article. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has signed a bill adding sexual orientation and gender identity to the state's hate crime law, along with a companion bill amending sentencing guidelines for hate crimes. The 1988 Ethnic Intimidation Law initially applied only to religion, ethnicity, and race. The new law adds LGBTQ plus identities as well as sex, age, disability, national origin, and affiliation with these groups, which sounds perfectly reasonable. The bill was originally proposed in 2023, but faced controversy after conservatives spread false claims that would criminalize the act of misgendering someone. Lawmakers introduced a new version of the bill this year. You know, it tells you what little leg you have to stand on when you have to make shit up in order to make something look bad. As a Jew in a time of rampant anti-Semitism and as a gay man in a time of uncertain rights, I promise the people of West Bloomfield, Commerce, and the Lakes that I would move heaven and earth to tackle rising hate crime and extremism, said State Rep. Noah Arbit, a Democrat, of course, who co-sponsored the bill with Representative Christian Grant, another Democrat. Today, after 2 years of tremendous effort battling disinformation, bigotry, lies, and political paralysis, I am incredibly proud to have delivered on that promise in my first term with this new law. A first offense for committing a hate crime against one of the protected classes is punishable with a fine of $5,000 and or up to 2 years behind bars. Punishments worsen based on the severity of the crime and the number of offenses, which is standard, so there should be nothing to get upset about there. In a statement out, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, a Democrat, praised Governor Whitmer for signing the bills in the wake of the hate being spread by the Trump administration. You know, when they were talking about that previous person, when he himself said he was gay, okay, fine, but why do we need to know that the Attorney General is out? That doesn't change anything. Log cabin Republicans exist. So I don't see why we need to point out that she's out. That is not something that we need to know in this context. I mean, I guess because she feels threatened by the Trump administration, but she's a woman, so we feel threatened regardless. Over the past decade, we have seen not just an uptick in hate crimes, but a normalization of racist, anti-Semitic, and bigoted language, symbolism, and actions, including a close advisor to the president giving the Nazi salute during an inaugural rally just this week. That was Elon Musk. Nessel said, "It's incumbent upon those of us with the authority to unilaterally denounce such sentiments. Otherwise, there's no stopping this behavior." All right. Whitmer signed the 2 bills along with 17 others, including one focused on student mental health, one expanding protections from sexual violence, and one expanding community violence intervention services, and another establishing a threat assessment team for schools to monitor student behavior and mitigate threats. Each of these bills build on my administration's commitment to protect Michiganders and their families, Whitmer said in a statement. Since I took office, we're invested over $1.6 billion into public safety programs across 6 balanced bipartisan budgets, ensuring Michiganders can feel safe no matter where they are. Together, let's keep making a real difference in people's lives. And that is the end of that article. So yeah, it's great to see that Michigan is protecting all vulnerable people, not just some, just because some people, that's who is currently most vulnerable, specifically trans people, but there's also drag that people have a problem with. There are people who want to get rid of same-sex marriage. So it's all LGBT plus. Obviously, with DEI, race is an issue because there are people out there who can't imagine that anyone outside of white people, specifically white men, can be competent in anything. We have, of course, sexism along with that. So yeah, all expanding of these hate crime laws is definitely welcome. And hopefully more states will, rectify any loopholes like that. If they don't include discrimination against all the protected classes and not just the ones that you agree with. So anyway, that is all I have for this video. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.